Welcome. Hey, come on in. Hello. Exciting times. Yeah. Hey.
Hi, Emily. Nice to meet you. Hi.
Hello.
I think what is happening in the world of education is that, like if I think back to when I studied languages, you learned at school. School was the source. There is school. Teacher, school. That's where you learned. That was the only place to learn. Which in fact, in my case, even then wasn't really the case. Because as long as I relied on school, for example, for French, I couldn't speak French. But when I got interested in French movies, when I got interested in, of course I lived in Montreal, so even though there were a million Anglophones in Montreal, if I wanted to access the French culture there, I could. So to the extent that I got away from the classroom, I learned more. But the amount of language, the sort of scale of language learning opportunity that we have today is so much bigger than was the case 50 years ago. I mean, there's no comparison. When I think of how I use the internet, my iPad, different technology, including LingQ, of course, audiobooks, ebooks, I mean, there's so much more stuff. Conversations via the internet. There's so many more reasons why today education is not the school. Education is the world, accessible through all the modern means of communication, MP3 files, YouTube, I mean, you name it, right? So I think what's happening is that, and I think that's what we're going to experience here, is that in a way the role of the teacher and the learner changes a bit. Learners become teachers, teachers become learners, learners learn from each other. I mean, it's that kind of an environment. So what we're going to do in the next 3 months is we're going to work with you on English specifically, and Annie is going to film this so that other people will be following what we're doing. And so it's all part of this idea that people are helping each other, sharing with each other, learning from each other.
Okay, we're making our own blogs. That's gonna use the rest of 3 months. Yep, and kind of pretty hard for me.
Yeah. Do you guys find it hard to write in English?
Yeah, it's really hard. I'm trying to create this blog. I'm not even writing in English yet, just putting pictures, still struggling.
I thought I already learned a lot of things.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Already full in my head. Mommy, you can say hello in my video.
Hello.
Your family. Hi.
Hi.
The food is much cheaper here than you can. Yeah. That's good. It's enough. Yeah. Just.
I'm from Taiwan, and I live in Taipei for about 4 years.
Hi guys, I'm gonna show you something about Taipei, which is the capital of Taiwan. The building is called Taipei 101, which is a famous building in Taiwan. And as you can see, the weather is always so nice, like this.
What we have to work on is obviously words. You want to increase words. Like with LingQ, what I find when I learn languages, if I sometimes will save a word that I already know, because that word then shows up in yellow when I next see it, right? LingQ. And so every time I see the word in yellow, it's kind of like driving it into my brain, because I want to not only understand the word, I want to be able to use it. And the more words I can use, the more accurate I become. If you always say good, I have only one word, good. So you don't have the word beautiful, you don't have the word lovely, you don't have the word fantastic. All you have is good. So then that limits what you can say, right?
Yeah.
So you have to get more and more and more words So it's like you're painting and you have more colors, right? So you can paint a better picture. Same with words. You need to have a lot of words. So that's why at LingQ we focus on words and build up the vocabulary. And when you save it and it becomes yellow, every time you see it, it's kind of drives it into your brain.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep doing it. So you save a word, then you save the phrase that includes the word, and when you save it, you hear the text-to-speech, and it's just a gradual process of like a drip, 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 and slowly it kind of moves to where you can actually use it. Okay, it's a very slow process. You have to get lots of exposure, and especially for speaking, listening is very important. Like reading is great for accumulating vocabulary, but speaking, when you hear it and hear it and hear it and hear it, that's going to move it to a place in your brain where you can actually find it.
If you want to visit Hungary, Budapest is what you want to see first, because that's beautiful. I'm from Budapest.
Right.
That's the castle of Budapest. That's beautiful, especially now. In the daylight, it's not too beautiful.
If you go to another country and you can compare your hometown or or your country,
Right.
you will value that more than you did before. So after a while, I just realized how beautiful my Budapest is. It's just a really small country, but only like 10 million people. We just checked on the map. We had marked before that it's like this tiny, while Canada is like this.
There aren't many errors in what you say.
But you know that's the problem, because I go safe. All
Right.
Because I would say in a different way, to be honest.
I know.
In Hungarian, but I cannot, and I hate this. That I cannot say it in the way I want it.
Don't forget, this is day 2 of 90 days.
Yeah.
And I think what you have to do, like what I do, is when I read it, I mean, we'll get into this later. Like right now I'm saying save words, because in any case you need lots of words. Like there are some people who say you can be fluent with a few thousand words. I don't believe that for a minute, because fluent means control, and for control you need lots of words. But then I'm going to get into this issue of saving phrases, because the key thing is when you see phrases, and you're the kind of person who is interested in the language, is interested in having mastery, being accurate, so you're going to want to save phrases, the phrases that you want to use. And that will, over time, you'll just find that naturally you'll start using those phrases. And the other bit of advice is, if you think this might be the way to say it in English, but you're not yet sure,
Try it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. And if the response is positive, that builds up your confidence. Aha, that worked. Because to my mind, language learning is about confidence and credibility. One of the problems when you have if you're learning from these learner books, I find the learner language written for the student, like dumbed down for the student, to me has no credibility. Those are not real people. That is not real language. But if you're dealing with real language, that has high credibility, high resonance, and then you take this phrase and then you start to use it, and that builds up your confidence. And then you start, because I think very often our instincts are correct, but then we're afraid. So you go back to what's safe.
Yeah.
So you should treat this as an opportunity just to be, you're in a protected environment here, just go for it. And then if it isn't correct, I'll tell you.
I will, thank you.
I live in Seoul in Korea, which is a very big city in Korea. We have really good transportation system, but too many people in small places. So it's really nice place. A lot of foreigners came to Jeju Island and enjoying the weathers and beautiful things like seas, beaches, and rocks, because the rocks is really special in Jeju.
Trying to remember a rule is impossible, because there's so many rules. You can't possibly remember the rules when you're speaking. So you have to get to where certain phrases like everyone says, everyone says,
Yeah.
everyone says, everyone says. So that naturally, without thinking, you're going to say everyone says. Not trying to think the third person singular.
Yeah, like it's kind of impossible for me.
Right.
Trying to think about the rule. That's why I hate tests.
You can't.
Because I can't. So when I took a test, I just like, okay, it's kind of more natural for me than pick like that.
Yeah,
So
that's what you got
yeah.
to do. That's what,
Oh, okay.
and that is much better.
oh,
Much better to naturally recognize. Like if you do take a test, say a TOEIC or something, right? And you naturally, you know, like you just know this is correct. That's you know. That's much faster than trying to remember the rule. What was the
Yeah,
rule?
right.
That's this.
Hey,
Hi.
we're just about to go to the Seawall, yeah, to the beach, and walk straight to the Royal Park. Just
Oh.
Park
yeah.
Royal,
Yeah.
sorry.
The gates of Western Park.
Gates of Western Park. We're just about to enter the paradise there, and we'll show you around a little bit.
So, Thomas wanna check the how can I say? Check the waters, warm or cool. What does he want? So, chili? Oh!
It's a bit chilly. Not too bad. Come here, Emily.
No.
Emily, good
Oh.
girl.
Looks delicious.
yeah. I'm just trying to warm it up. Where is Thomas?
I guess he's upstairs.
Oh my god,
Maybe not.
this was a really long day. Good night.
Bye bye.
Yeah.